Good morning. I'm here with the FarhamPanthers.com Coaches Show. I'm here with head coach Ryan Brittle and brand new head coach, I must add, and longtime veteran assistant Travis Hundley. You're back in Farham. You were here in the mid-'90s, and now you're back coaching. Did you ever think you'd be at Farham again?
You know what? It was always a place that I loved. Always a place that was a special place to me because I began my career here in college baseball, and being back here is great.
Right.
Not that I ever thought that I would ever be back here, but being back is great.
Good. And we have you've been in baseball all your life pretty much. You want to tell the fans out there about your career and where you've been and how you got here?
Sure. I started my college career here as a player and finished my career at Virginia Tech.
You're a Radford Bobcat.
I am a Radford Bobcat. I'm kind of a local guy within the hour or so, and after I got done playing, I helped out with Coach Hartman at Virginia Tech for a couple years, and he helped me get my first paid assistant job at Radford University, and stayed there for 7 seasons with Lou Kent, and tried to make a name for myself as a recruiter. Coach Kent resigned in 2007. I did not get the head coaching job at Radford University, so I was exploring my opportunities and found an opportunity in Claremore, Oklahoma, and moved out west.
Yeah.
And coached a little bit out there. Had a great experience. The baseball world in the Midwest is a different atmosphere than on the East Coast. Learned a lot about myself. Got married and met my wife Rebecca, and coached a team, an NAIA baseball program that started about 9 years ago, and coached them the last 2 years. They went to the World Series. So
great success. NAIA Division II, that's scholarship, right?
Correct. NAIA has scholarship, has 12 scholarships as well, and it was really a great experience for me growing as a person and as a husband and as a father. We have 2 children now that are 3 and 10 months old, so grandmas and grandpas are excited to have them back in Virginia.
Yeah, and your wife's an Oklahoman?
She's not. She's from all over. Her dad is a retired colonel in the Marines, and so she's been all over the place. But her family, her mom and dad live in Northern Virginia, so she's back home as well.
Cool. And you inherited a great coach and a real asset. And we talk a lot about tradition at Farham, and especially in baseball. And your dad was here; he was a coach. Your mom graduated from Farham. Your dad graduated from Farham. Your sister graduated from Farham. Your dad coached here, and I guess you were running the show for quite a while till Ryan came on board, and so you had to do the recruiting and those kinds of things. Talk about your experiences here.
Well, I've always kind of been associated or been around Farham baseball for a long time. Remember coming up here with my dad when I was a little guy, and then going to baseball camp every year, and it was a place I always loved, and thought about playing when I made it to college, and transferred back here after 1 year and ended up playing here, and then got the opportunity to coach. So it's really worked out well for me. But yeah, the latter part of that this summer was pretty wild, just keeping up with everything, and glad to have Coach Brittle here, and we're still trying to get it all situated and get caught up here one of these days. But
what some folks don't know is when you have a coaching change in Division III, you might have some players that say, well, I'm not coming back because the coach that recruited me, and then you have players that are being recruited. So you had to kind of put your thumb in the dike for a while and make sure everything ran smoothly.
Yeah,
it sounds like it did.
We were lucky. We didn't have any guys leave. Had one transfer that was kind of on the fence either way that didn't end up coming, but overall we were really lucky o'clock, everybody came back and everybody showed up as supposed to. So.
You know, we talked about your family, and Ashley was a cheerleader here, your sister, and she graduated. But the greatest fan of all is your brother Jason.
Yeah.
Let's give him a shout out.
All right. What's up, Jay?
Jason. All right, we got that over with. He'll be happy.
He'll be fired up.
He'll be real fired up. You know, I read. You know, you sent out a newsletter, and I read that, and you talked about tradition. You know, you're following, you know, Abe Knapp is legendary. In my opinion, he's been in a couple of Hall of Fames. He has, I don't know, 600, but there's so many wins we couldn't count them all. Maybe in the 600 area. You know, he continued a great tradition here. Well, the tradition was good, and then he made it great. We had great teams, and he recruited you, probably helped you at Tech because his good buddy was the coach at Tech. Talk about tradition, Ferrum baseball.
Yeah, it's really something that we have focused on here over the past 2.5 months since I got here in July, and we have such great alumni. We have such great staff here, and I tell recruits a lot of times. Look at our administration. Look at our staff. Look at our faculty.
Yep.
People come here. They love this place, and they don't leave. They want to stay here for a long period of time. And it's that way. It's that way with our alumni too. Our alumni love this place. They give back. They come back. They show up and support our athletics and our college. And you know, we can name names. You can name the high-profile names of Billy Wagner and Eric Owens and some of those guys, but the guys that weren't even all conference players, that were still good players and still love this program. And some of our alumni didn't even, you know, some of them didn't play a whole lot, and they still love Ferrum baseball. And it's a great tribute to Coach Naff and all the coaches that have ever coached here. It's a great tribute to them and the job that they did and the job that our college does. Our administration and staff and everybody, that the job that they do here in welcoming the students and helping them get their degree and helping them become productive people in society. And that's something I want our guys to realize is all the hard work and the effort. We have beautiful facilities. They weren't always that way.
No, they weren't when you were.
When I was here, we used to take the stands from the football visitor stands, and we picked them up and we took them over behind behind the baseball field, and that's where our fans sat. But I want them to appreciate and understand all the hard work and the sweat and the blood and the tears that went into this program before they got here, so they have a greater appreciation of what this means across their chest. The Ferrum Panthers, what that means.
And that's greatly appreciated. And you had a bunch of them here for the Centennial weekend. A bunch of alums came back, and that was great to see some of those folks. Good job on that. That's important, I think, to keep that. You have some other assistants besides Travis is our full-time man, and you have some volunteers. Talk about some of those guys. Chad Bouts being one of my favorites.
Yeah, Coach Fouts is, the tradition in his family runs deep in Ferrum athletics. His dad was Hall of Famer, All-American football player here. Loved Ferrum. I love Chad's parents. I knew both of them. I got to know them very well. And Coach Fouts and I played baseball together at Virginia Tech for a few years, and we're really good friends. And Chad is kind of ironic because Chad's been in Kentucky for 7 years and moved back about a month before I got back to Virginia. And as soon as we both moved back, we made contact with each other. And, he's working a job where he can have the opportunity to have a little bit more of a flexible schedule, and what a great asset that is. You get a guy with all that baseball experience, and he absolutely is 100% in. He loves Ferrum College. He loves being a part of the baseball program, and we're fortunate to be in an area that loves baseball.
Oh, yeah.
They love baseball.
They do love baseball.
They love
this
athletics.
county's a baseball county.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. And we also have Jonathan Wills, who is a local guy, Salem High School graduate, played at Roanoke College.
Should help you with the recruiting.
Yes, Yes, he's our pitching coach, and he's done a fantastic job since he's been here, getting the guys in shape, and the guys I think have really connected with him and enjoyed that. Coach Walker, Wes Walker, who was an all-region catcher here last year, is finishing up his degree and helping us out as well.
Academic All-American.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
You were an academic All-League besides being All-League, and played pro ball for a little while.
I think I made academic all-college one
Oh,
year.
yeah, I know you did. It's in the stuff. Yeah, you were a good student.
I tried, yeah. I had my struggles with math, but I tried.
Well, we've been so engrossed in our conversation, we're almost out of time. Our producer and director, Gary Holden, half a century.
Who just celebrated his 50th birthday.
Half a century.
Happy birthday, Gary.
Right, happy birthday. One of the great people at Ferrum College, has been here a long time.
He's probably been here for 50 years.
Right.
Yeah, look, a day over 60.
He's writing the
Go,
history.
Gary.
We'll look forward to the history of Ferrum College, and he's writing that as we speak. So, anyway, next time on our program, we're going to have volleyball coach Jess Flanagan and hope a player or two. So we look forward to having you back. Let's see, there were a bunch of other things I wanted to talk to you about. Talk about tradition. We got a couple of players now whose fathers played for Coach Knapp, Bircher, and
we have three players. We have three players. One of them's dad played it when it was a junior college, and then two guys, Lane Deaver and Ty Comer, whose fathers both played at the same time together.
Bircher, right?
Yeah, Heath Bircher
right.
and Timmy Comer.
Right.
They both played for Coach Knapp, and what great what a great thing that is to be able to have those legacy players back here. Coach Hundley, he's a legacy guy,
sure
both as a
is.
player and as a coach, and it just shows you what Ferrum's all about. That we're about family, and we're about treating our people well, and hopefully getting them back here, and hopefully we have a lot more kids that all those guys that played for Coach Knapp in the late '80s have kids that are about ready to come to school, and hopefully we can get them all.
Exactly. It's good to see them back, and then they'll bring their dads back. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we've run out of time. You guys are going to be doing a radio show here in a little bit, an ESPN radio show, and Coach Holden has you working, so that's a good thing. So until next week, Thursday at 9 a.m., I'm Dave Newcombe. Have a good week.